Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to set up this peritoneal dialysis machine. First of all, you always have to, here's the machine. You take a bleach wop and you wipe it off. This is the bleach wops that we use, hospital grade. Wipe it off, turn it on, then you go wash your hands, which I did. So now, when it says gather supplies, mask, and wash hands, we've done that. So now we're going to turn that. We got to keep the door shut and turn the air off. And turn any fans off until we get done with this and hook everything up. So now I have my mask. And we're going to, sorry I'm so hot, we just went through all the boxes. Now I'm going to use some hand sanitizer. And this is called the cassette. It looks like a little donut. Here's the other end. We always open by the donut end because it helps you to hold it. You're not actually touching the cassette. And then you open the cassette door, and then you're going to put the cassette in. You got to go through the little notches, and then you put it in, shut the door. And if the cassette's in good, the machine's going to change just like that. Next, you take these off. These two off. I always try to keep the drain bag hanging, and Dad has a 20-foot cord to go to the bathroom at night, so I try to keep that hanging too. And next, these two lines right here. So the yellow line here, the yellow line is the drain bag. The red line is the one you're putting in the heater. These two are the two we use. It's quarter how many bags you use. You'll never use green unless you're absolutely supposed to be told to. So what I do is the ones I'm not using, I go ahead and clamp, and I put a piece of tape on them. And we have to wear the mask until we get all the lines connected, and then we can tape that off. Next, it'll ask you what your bag is. I'm doing a 6 liter on the heater cord, and then now we got to connect our solution lines. Well, this tape is hard to get off. Okay, so I tape these two lines because I'm not going to be using them. Out of the way. So next, we're going to take the drain bag. This is the drain bag. Look, I've got a lot of plastic here. Take the drain bag, open it, and we're not going to ever touch the ends of anything. We're just going to hook them up. So take the yellow to the yellow, and they have little notches on them. You unhook them like this, or like that. I'll pick it up when I get done. And then put it underneath the machine. And then I'm going to take the bag. Dad uses 3 bags. 2 6s and 1 green. So this one, take the yellow first. You always make sure it's clear. Make sure the date's good. Lay it there. And then we're going to take the green bag. The big green bag. Lay it here. Sometimes these take a minute to open. Always make sure it's clear, no leaks. And then the date is good. And then one more. And I'll pick all this stuff up when we're done. Okay, so these are the main lines that go in. So now we're going to use some more hand sanitizer. Get our hands real good. So the red goes to the heater bag, which is the first bag. Take this off. And we're going to screw it in just like this. The next one, second line, goes to your other big bag. This is how it's going to do it, because the third one is a little bag that will go in at the end of the night. He gets 5 fills of 2,500 over 11 hours. So it usually takes 11 hours, 45 minutes to 12 hours. And make sure these are on good and tight. Like that. Then next. Now while this is loading, I'll come back and show you what's next. Now while this thing is still going, counting down, well, I still have a mask on because I can take it off after I connect things, but I'm going to take the stay safe cap, the cap that he'll hook to in the morning.
I don't know about that.
Okay. And then put that in there, and that's what he'll hook to in the morning when we're done. And it's got a cover on it, so There we go. So I'll be back when this comes to the next part. I forgot to tell you the most important part. This is called the stay safe part. So this goes in here and then stay in here. But this is the part that hooks up to Dad. Right here is when I'll unhook. And he'll put his, tonight when I hook him up, I'll put his extension here. And then I will hook him to this. Because it takes the pin out when I do the extension. And then, anyways, that's my mother. You can hear her. But this right here is the most important part of this device that goes to him, that keeps all the bags and everything going to him. So it says we got 2 seconds, but no, we're going back to 3, so hold on. So now we're at the next part where it says break cones and clamp unused lines. So I already clamped my unused lines because I know which ones they are. So now you got to break the cones. You got to make sure they're broken. You got to twist them a little bit on each bag. That's the way the the fluid comes out. So I make sure I squish them around. And most of the time you can see where you broke it, but you want to make sure they're good and broke. Trust me, this machine will give you a lot of problems, even if it is broke. Sometimes I have to do it twice. Now next. Now this is going to see, you'll see it come to the, I don't know if you can see the water, but it's going to come down here to make sure everything's working. So I'll show you what it looks like when it comes back. I don't know if you can hear, but right now the machine is going through the cassette I put through to make sure that each one is getting water into the solution to the drains. So that's what it's doing right now to make sure everything's all hooked up to go to the same spot. So I'll come back with a screen change. Alright, next it'll show you each bag that looks like it's closed, which means that there's a bag hooked to each source. So we had 3 bags, so we had 3 blocks, which is right. So we're going to hit next, and now it's going to go through a sequence, and I'll come back when it gets done with that. Now I don't know if you can see, but it's showing that the water's going through the drain right here, which means all lines are working, because it will fill him up and he'll drain him out. It'll fill him up 5 times and drain him out 5 times. So it's showing that all the water's coming through the drain line, which is a good sign. And all the lines right here have water. So now it says ensure your blue clamp is open, because that's the main clamp that goes to Dad. Next, and then it's going to read, and so it's making sure everything is connected. It's coming through the cassette. All of these 3 lines right here are full. These 2 right here are clamped off, so nothing will go in them. So I'll come back and show you the machine when it gets to there.